So here we are. It's 2021. Everybody, I enjoyed everyone's positive posts online saying 2020 is over. Here we go. And then we saw what happened today. So it's January 6th. We're recording the episode 1 of the 2021 Bullet Point Open podcast. I'm joined here by coaches Mike and James. Thank you both for joining us. Say hello to everybody watching or listening.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So we're down Becca. She's holding down the fort, so hopefully she'll be able to join us for episode 2, or maybe I'll make a bonus for this first week. But I like to have a little sit down with some coaches I really respect in the space every year for the Open, and you two were at the top of my list for this year. Well, James, I apologize. Katie was at the top of my list, but you jumped on first, so here we are. I'd like to, if we'll start. Mike, you're on the top of my screen, so we'll do a coach intro, who you are, where you coach, what got you excited about CrossFit and functional fitness.
All right. I started back in 2014. My son was the one that actually wanted to try CrossFit, and we went in, and he got me into it. We got hooked. Back in 2015, I took my level 1 CrossFit certification. Took my level 2 in 2016, and was coaching at a different gym until 2018, 17, my bad. Then we opened up our own gym in Hinesville, Georgia, back in 2018. Uh, I'm an adaptive athlete, spinal cord injury, only have use of my right side, and I've been competing on the adaptive side of CrossFit since 2016, and one of the few coaches that has a big disability right now, coaching CrossFit. And that's where we start. Now we have my gym with just me and my wife. It's a small town, and here we are, man, down in Georgia.
Love it. Love it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the podcast this year. I've got, on the video version, I've got your website up, going through your contact, classes, blah, blah, blah. So if people want to check out more info, reach out to you. If you're an adaptive athlete or you are a coach and you're servicing adaptive athletes, definitely reach out to him. He's a great resource, and I'm excited to have you as part of the Bullet Point team for sure, man.
Thank you.
All right. James, my friend,
Yeah.
what's up?
I got started watching CrossFit in like 2012. I've been Olympic lifting since I was 14, and as most people that were Olympic lifters, they kind of saw that and this is a lot more fun than just snatches and clean and jerks. So kind of got into it then in my garage a little bit, but really started taking it a little bit more seriously in 2014. Started coaching at another gym later that year, being their Olympic lifting coach. Then got my L1. Left that gym just because I wanted to do my own thing with another couple that owned the gym with me. And 2017 we started Foremost CrossFit, and it's been a blessing for my family. So it's been good.
I love it. Yeah, enjoy the post from. Oh boy. There's music on your website? I just found out. I don't think the two of you heard it, but everyone listening to the will have heard it on mine. And I was like, "What's going on?" I'm on your website. So no, I love seeing all the posts from you and Katie, and appreciate the sound voice of fellow gym owners in the state, because there's it's a lot of craziness going on in Wisconsin right now, Mike, and the whole best practices for public health in the fitness space. There's a lot of gray area. So it was I appreciated everything you put out, James, you and Katie. So and I'll always remember how you and I met. You walked into CrossFit Stevens Point and you're like, "Hey, you guys need some ropes?"
Yeah. That's pretty much how I did it.
Because you're just for everyone listening, you got to fill them in on the rope thing.
Yeah, like everybody, I saw Rich Froning climb the rope and fall from the top. And when I was watching that, I was like, man, I know how to tie that knot. I'm an Eagle Scout. Every boy in my family is. So I decided to call this local rope company, and I figured I would just sell ropes to CrossFit gyms, and that's what I did. And I bought like 600 feet and sold it all in the first week. And so I would just walk into gyms and ask them if they wanted climbing ropes that weren't roached. And I think I was charging like 35 bucks for a 15 footer back then in 2014. So it was something. It got me in the CrossFit industry, and then I just got hooked, really. So yeah.
Yep. And then yeah, it spiraled from there. We competed together, which was a blast. And yeah, man, just respect everything you put out. So I'm excited to have you kind of on this journey of the Bullet Point Open, talking about community, fitness, motivating each other, fitness in times of COVID. And yeah, well, I mean, you're both business owners, so you get it. And yeah, we'll see where the journey takes us.
Right.
So with that, I just want to pick both of your brains. What's been the biggest challenges for the two of you during COVID with having a gym? Were there shutdowns in Georgia, Mike? We'll go your way first.
Yeah, we had a shutdown from March and April.
Okay.
Then we opened up May,
Mm-hmm.
mid-May, and we were doing half of the capacity we had. And on top of that, we are right outside a military base, so soldiers were not allowed to come into the gym until almost the end of July. So that was about 20 of our members right there that we lost for that amount of time. Uh, Thanks God we didn't have too many cases in the counties where we at, so it wasn't as bad for us. But we just have to make pretty much same changes that everybody did. The ones that stayed open, there was a lot more cleaning, a lot more distance between people, a lot less people in the building. We have to stop doing the non-CrossFit activities that we used to have.
Mm-hmm.
So all in all, we can't complain because we were able to open up again before most of everybody, the other gyms did.
Yeah.
So I don't think we had it as bad
Mm-hmm.
as many gyms did,
Yeah.
and we're grateful for that.
Yeah. Same. James, are you down in Dane County?
Yeah, we're in the crazy county. Yeah.
Kind of
So we've got really strict restrictions.
give Mike a taste of the other side of the spectrum.
So I think we were shut down for 3 months and limited indoor capacity right away, and there was a limit on group fitness also. So specifically targeted at group fitness, which was kind of weird, and a mask mandate, which I don't think the mask thing is a big deal as far as working out with that. So we kind of embraced it and just went with it, and we haven't really got any kick from that. But the limitation in class sizes, based on your capacity, your building capacity, was tough. So the biggest hurdle is, counting me, I can only have 10 people in there. So at the time, I wasn't bringing my kids to CrossFit, so I had to. It was a logistics hurdle for us. That's the biggest thing, is a logistics hurdle. 10 people, had to expand some classes, move class times around. There's like 15 minutes of cleaning. So, you have to change your programming really quickly. So, yeah. But we did, to combat that, we did dumbbell only and outdoor classes for 4 months. We didn't even go inside. So we did that. And that was probably one of the best decisions I've done as a business owner, and the best feedback I've gotten from my athletes too. So they really like that, and they want to be outside next year as well.
Yeah. Same. We did a
In the
ton of
cold weather,
no the 4 months of decent weather we have here. We
Yeah.
we were hosting. Shout out to the members of my gym, D1 Training, Stevens Point. We did 1 week. We were doing 2 days a week, Tuesday, Thursdays, at a local park workout. That was an option, outdoor option. We were at the gym, but similar to what James was talking about, the cap limit inside. So we had an indoor option at the gym, coach led, and then we had a coach meet people at a park, and they were doing that up until December or up until Thanksgiving. So that was 5:15 a.m. Tuesday, Thursdays, and they were getting after it outdoors, and it got pretty chilly. There was some 18-degree mornings, like teens. These people were, temperature wise, it was like 15 degrees in the morning, and they were out there getting after it. So, shout out to that crew embracing the seasonal Wisconsin fitness.
Yeah, you gotta embrace it. If it's below 50 degrees, we have to turn on the heaters. If not, nobody wants to work out.
I have a raccoon skin cap, so when it's like 30 degrees in the gym when I come in, I just set that on the kettlebell or the dumbbell I'm gonna demo for the day, so it warms it up.
Keep it warm.
that's my route. I hate turning on the heat for people. They're like, I'm cold. I'm like, well, we're just gonna have to start working out harder because we're not turning the heat on. But anyways, just to give everybody kind of a taste of coach fitness life. So thanks guys for sharing, and I'm sure people listening are gonna be able to relate. So here we are, week 1 of the Bullet Point Open. We're gonna go around a little, kind of pick your guys' brains why you like competitions. It can be online, in-person comps. Obviously, with COVID, in-person is a little difficult right now. So, why you guys like competition for you personally, for the community, and we'll go from there. So, Bullet Point Open, we're retesting this week or this year too. So, if you want to talk about the importance of baselines, retesting as well, yeah, we can go from there. Mike, do you want to start off? Why you enjoy competitions?
Personally, I enjoy competition because of my limitations. It shows people that there should be no excuse of why can you do that. There's always a way. Doesn't mean I don't look at things now as being normal or not because we'll have different limitations. Don't matter what it is, we are different
Mm-hmm.
and we have our own limitations. That's why I started competing to prove people that it can be done if you have the right mindset.
I like it.
As far as our gym goes, believe it or not, this is the only competition that we actually do.
Dang.
Uh, the way I see the gym where I started working out at, it was more a competitive gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw a lot of people getting injured. And the way that we run our gym now is most of the people that comes to our gym depends on their body somehow to make money,
Mm.
whether being soldiers, teachers, nurses, paramedics, and stuff like that. So we want to bring fitness to improve their life, not to mess them up, and to a point where they can make money because they were working out hard.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we started doing this bullet point because it is one competition that is not just to go and kill yourself. It's been down to accommodating people. It's not just the RX or the scale; it's the in between too, where I think most CrossFit people is.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that can do good, but not be able to maybe RX all of the workouts. You might have good people that don't need to scale all of the workouts either. So I think there's a happy medium. And as soon as we found out how this competition was run, we thought it was a great idea, great venue to have our people test their capacity with people outside our gym
Mm-hmm.
without getting too much into the I need to do RX in order to be competitive type of stuff.
Yeah, I like it. I wanna cover this. Can you fill people in on your spinal cord injury? How that went down and what your recovery journey looked like up until now?
I was shot in the service and I went to a big depression for like 10 years. And that's when we found CrossFit and we fell in love because of that. Uh, we felt that CrossFit gave me back what that bullet took from me. So I enjoy CrossFit because I can do again the things that I used to love before. Now I enjoy them again, and it's making me get a lot better physically and mentally. So it's not just being the physical aspect of the working out. So it's been a lot more mentally type of stuff.
Yeah. Love it, man. Thank you. James, you got to follow that up.
Yeah, that's tough to follow up. Well, just being honest, I got into CrossFit because my ego was larger than life. I thought, and I needed, you know, I thought I needed competition for motivation. I've since learned. So it took me 3 years of what I thought CrossFitting hard was and being competitive to really learn that that shouldn't be your motivation. The competing to prove you're the best. If you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got a little lost in there and a little bit, and then my wife got cancer and she had her thyroid removed, and then I realized that because I didn't have a lot of injuries or anything like that, I really had no excuses. So then when I saw the bigger picture of there's things that do affect people, and I hadn't really run into those yet, and it was right at my house, and my wife was there, and she was CrossFitting with me, and just the struggles right away from recovering from that for her, it really changed my mindset. Um, I like the community aspect of it now, the strategy part of it, but maybe not thinking I'm going to be a CrossFit Games athlete. So it's been a very big learning journey for me. So yeah, we call it drop the ego in our gym now. We have a coaching shirt that says drop your ego. Um, just do the work.
I love it.
If I can comment on that, I think that's the CrossFitters journey, where we go in and we go like, I can do this, I can be big into CrossFit, and
Yeah.
then that's when we start doing all of 7 days a week workouts 3 or 4 times, and then we realize if I keep going this way, I'm just gonna beat myself up, and I'm not gonna be a bear, and
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
It's really tough not to compare yourself to other people.
Yeah,
But
oh,
it's
it's
especially
super
those guys.
super
yeah.
tough, super tough. Yeah, similar to what you were talking about, Mike. I try to keep this as the big competition every year. Um, this is, the one we try to promote, get as many people involved, as try to encourage and invite those that typically, the ones that they don't think of themselves as an athlete. They don't give themselves that strength, right? They're like, no, that's not me. I'm not strong enough. I'm not this enough. I try to get them involved so then they can see, right? Like they can do it. They can push themselves. It gives people that like sharper edge that they can then take, like you were talking about. A lot of them, they work with their bodies for a living. They can take that and apply it. And I feel, just like you said, I feel the bullet point open is it's safe. It's safe for people to kind of,
Yeah.
safe environment to push themselves, to find that new edge and then take it forward. So it's our big competition. Otherwise, I like to have like some of them will sign up for the other CrossFit events that happen, kind of, they pop up all over. So we've got a handful that do those, handful that do the CrossFit Open, and I help those athletes, the things they need to work on, skills, things they can be adding. But when it comes down to it, I'm totally with you. Our overall gym programming and training is progressive, and there's opportunities within the group workouts for individuals to work on their skills and to progress things. But at the end of the day, I want to push people, motivate people, but keep them safe, keep them healthy. And to do that, I definitely think, like, there's not a daily leaderboard. There's not any of this. And I'm not saying the leaderboard, not every gym should have the leaderboard. I'm just saying what we do. And it comes down to, so we can create that atmosphere where people treat their body, like, we can push ourselves, we can motivate ourselves, but not destroy ourselves in the process. And then
That's one of the things that we did. We got away with not got away with it. We were having some people that they were coming and they just want to beat somebody else on the leaderboard. So we still have the leaderboard. Some days I erase their scores,
Nice.
so nobody can see them until we enter the on the system at night.
I like that.
Some days the RX is not weights; it's just a movement.
Mm-hmm.
So you still having the you did back squats at 300 pounds and I did it at 200. We still both get our X's because we did the back squats and the run like
Mm-hmm.
it was supposed to be. So people is not so attached to that RX or I have to be such and such because they have that RX right next to their names and they're good. I want to be like them. So that's one of the things we gotta getting away with the leaderboard.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
We have Wodify, so there's a daily leaderboard in that. But the last gym I was at had a benchmark leaderboard, and I just didn't like that. It would put a lot of stress on people, and it was just the same people's names up there. So we don't have anything like that, and I think that's really good.
Yeah,
Competing every day isn't isn't it's counterproductive.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So yeah,
Definitely. So I'm sure James has this. I'm curious, Mike, what people come at you with, because I get the whole, well, yeah, I modified it or I scaled it or um, I only did this or I'm injured. The coach gave me a different exercise to do. Like that's why you have a coach. That's why you come here. If everyone moved like perfect CrossFit Games athlete, that'd make my job super boring, right? Like I'd
yeah.
just have to drink more coffee and be more sarcastic. Like I actually enjoy coaching, modifying. I get the people that kind of like belittle themselves or are super negative about modifications and scaling and injuries. James, do you get that response sometimes?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sarcastic too. I often use the phrase "build a bridge and get over it,"
Yeah.
like to everybody, because there's so much. Somebody's always got something worse, and scaling something that nobody doesn't affect the rest of your day, um, other than a good feeling just finishing the workout. Um, yeah, I get that a lot, and I say that a lot. Build a bridge and get over it.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
So,
I might steal that
you
from you.
know, you should. I had my wrist was broken. You know this.
Yep.
And I scaled every single workout I had COVID, wrist was broken. I scaled every single workout and I was fine with it. It was actually nice. And I actually learned some different stimulus out of those scaling options that is now helping me scale my athletes. So,
Love it.
yeah,
Always learning. Always
yeah.
learning. So, Mike, I guess my question to you is, with what you've overcome and had going on, do your athletes like, oh, but I just did this or I had to scale it? Do you hear that?
We have we used to have quite a few of them until one day I made one comment and the whole gym was silent. Uh, I had someone, a female, she said something, and I said, "You wish you could do that, and I wish I could run." Since then, nobody else has ever complained about what they do, and I always tell them, that's what you could do today. Doesn't mean that that's gonna define you for the next month or two.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're able to do today. Every day is different. You don't feel the same every day. You don't sleep the same every day. You don't eat the same every day. So today, that's all you could do. And I guess I have the upper hand on that because whenever they see something, right? And I always tell them, well, at least you were able to do that with two hands. I can do that. And most of the time, that's the end of the conversation
Mm-hmm.
when I come up with something like that. Uh, to me, it doesn't bother me at all anymore. But for them, it's like a shock. And they start complaining on that.
Yeah, wow.
So I guess on that, I have a good, I have the upper hand against all of them pretty much in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter what I think, there's always going to be people that's going to complain about something.
Yeah.
They can have the best life. They could have the best workout of the day. But as long as they are compared themselves to somebody else, they're always going to complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. You know,
Yeah.
that's the biggest lesson I've learned with COVID is I thought my gym was a physical fitness facility or a health and wellness facility, and I really think it's a mental health facility. I really do because, like you said, you can have what is perceived to be the greatest life, but you're still going to have something to complain about.
Yeah, and that's going to be 24/7 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure you guys get. Everybody talks to us. They tell us things.
Yep.
Sometimes
Yep.
shocked. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Mike, how many adaptive athletes do you have at your facility?
None,
Really?
just me,
Just you? Dang.
just me.
And how do we? I haven't looked at the leaderboard. How many? I will do that right now. How many adaptive athletes are on the in the Bullet Point Open this year?
On the bullet point right now, there's only three of us,
Really?
and the reason why I don't want to put John's business out, but last year when we last spoke last year, he told me he wasn't gonna do the competition this year.
Oh.
So last year I was able to reach out to a lot more adaptive people,
Mm-hmm.
and not so much this year.
Yeah, that makes sense. Way to go, John. I'll call him out. So, are they male, female?
There is one guy from up there from Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, Chad.
Uh,
Adventure awaits.
Chad, yes, Chad.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have his wrist. And now I spoke to a older lady today.
Yep.
I was really excited right before we got into this. She's 64. She's been doing CrossFit for 10 years,
Wow.
and she doesn't have use of her, I think it's her left arm.
Okay.
And in the process, we were able to exchange a lot of information that she didn't know about aids that on equipment that we can have as one-armed athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the competition is not so much about this one. It's not so much about the actual competing type of stuff. It's about helping people find out the aids that they need or how can they can get a better workout
Yeah.
with the stuff that are already out there.
Mm-hmm.
So if John is going to continue on doing this, I think that for next year we could up the athletes. I would say maybe about 10 or 15 of them instead of just having these three that we have this year.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I've got one, and then I want to make sure so we plugged Chad. There's also a Jody Marino out of CrossFit Sanctify.
Yeah, that's her name. That's the
That
lady that I
okay?
spoke
That's
with.
the 60-year-old. Um,
Yes.
I'm gonna shout out to Gary Cumley at my facility. He's born in '47, so however old that makes him. We call him Papa Bear. But he had a hand injury a long time ago, so he's got like the pincher fingers going on in that hand,
Yeah.
and no prosthetic. It's the surgery, so it's I forget which fingers, but it's so he can kind of like pinch things. But yeah, I've loved devising new ways to find stuff in the gym that aids him. So like the deadlift, he was um, limited for a long time just because he couldn't grip as much in that hand. So he's got lifting straps, like you would see a power lifter use on that hand, so he can deadlift considerably more. And we've got videos and pictures we put out, and his kids love it, and his grandkids love watching him, deadlift 200 some pounds. And yeah, it's
As long as you can have some imagination
yeah.
on how to make things work out, is try and see.
Mm-hmm.
What works for one, same as any normal person. Uh, what might work for me might not work for you at the gym. So we have, as a trainers, we have to figure out a way to make that person have the same stimulus as somebody else in the gym.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. James, you have any adaptive athletes?
No adaptive athletes. So just a few injuries here or there, but it seems like people have broken their feet, a couple broken wrists, but nothing yet.
Mm,
Nothing yet.
fair enough. I love it. All right.
Just to put it out there, if you James or you William, if you ever had someone uh, at your gyms and you guys need help with it, just hit me up. This
Yeah,
is not something that I charge for. This is not something that I make money off of it. I just want people to be able to have the same uh, experience that I had with CrossFit.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you guys need help with anything, just let me know on the adaptive side.
for sure.
Mike, do you? So I'll make sure I definitely, plug both your gyms in the post and everything.
Okay.
Um, are you specifically, Mike, on Instagram or Facebook where people can reach you?
We have Facebook and Instagram.
Okay,
We have both. Yeah.
perfect. I'll plug both of those for people. No, because I know I'm definitely gonna reach out to you. We did a fundraiser at our gym through COVID, which is like one of the things I'm most proud about the community for. That's our next topic is actually we've already been chatting we might save community. Oh, we'll dive into community before we touch on workout strategies for the open. But we did a um, couple different fundraisers through COVID, even when the facility was closed. Members did like bake sales and they like baked stuff and left it out for no contact pickup, and we were able to help a family raise money for their daughter who's got a whole bunch of just poor poor lottery win in life of things going on for their daughter, and as she gets older, mom's been deadlifting her in and out of the vehicle. They needed a new family vehicle. They needed the wheelchair accessibility, and we were able to help raise some money for that fund. So by the end of summer, they had the van, they had the wheelchair accessibility, and she's just been posting pictures of going to the park, getting her daughter out and about and exploring and being able to do all these things and not being limited by the vehicle the family had, and whether or not mom can deadlift the child in and out of the vehicle. So it's been cool to see them kind of exploring, and I definitely want to get them in the gym once the COVID thing is calmed down, and mom and Treya's the daughter, mom Rhonda, they're all for it, and we're looking forward to getting them in the gym and chasing some fitness with them once COVID's calmed down. But yeah, I'll be picking your brain.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And speaking of that fundraiser, how old is the kid?
12.
12. I'm 41 now, and I know some people cannot relate to this, but you guys don't know how happy I bet you that kid was to be able to go around with the right things. Um, Recently, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, I got a special chair. It has tracks and it can go on the beach and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that experience for like 15 years, and I was like a little kid when I had the right equipment to go around. So that I'm pretty sure that that help that you guys did for them, it was super big for them, more than what you know of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pictures of her smiles and everything, man, it just makes my day. It can be like just the hardest COVID 2020 day, and you saw pictures of them out and about, and you're just like heart instantly just fills up. So it was good. So we'll come back to community in future episodes too. But for the two of you guys, community as athletes, gym owners, family dudes, what is the community part of CrossFit and what you guys are doing mean to you?
Yeah, the community thing is tough with the restrictions this year. As far as we used to just throw down and have a big class either Friday night or Saturday. I actually never liked Friday night lights, so we changed it to Saturday morning. Uh, so, but that's really tough because we can only have so many people in the building, and with all of the things, we've struggled with that. So we're doing multiple classes on Saturday morning, and just getting the workouts in on Saturday. So,
I
yeah,
like it.
the community part is tough this year. It really is.
Yeah, we always had. I think it's because everyone in Point likes to drink. So Friday Night Lights has always been like super successful. Like we would bounce around. So there'd be three gyms in town that would host, and yeah, it was always like packed. 7, 8 heats, and it was always a great time. But I could also see like Saturday morning workout and brunch would be fantastic. Do the workouts and then go hit up breakfast at a local place. That also appeals to my sensibilities. So I could see Saturday morning being good as well. But yeah,
So
what was that, Mike? Go ahead.
we used to have something like that, but we ours used to be on Sunday.
Nice.
We used to have class at noon on Sunday, and then everybody will bring a plate based on a theme for that day, and we will work out for 45 minutes an hour, and then chit chat for about 2 3 hours and eating after that.
That also sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was good, but we had to stop it because of COVID.
Ah, damn it, COVID. All right. So we're gonna food and workouts. It's always the best.
Food and workout, yeah,
All right.
and some sticky beers.
Yes, exactly. All right. Let's get into some workout strategies for this week. It's week 1. We've got 2 workouts. Event 1, the endurance event. It's a trap. Star Wars theme, my favorite. Admiral Akbar on the front. And then we've got event 2, the strength complex, Jester's complex, the strength event. So let's dive into event number 1. So we've got 25-minute clock, 10 rounds, 1 minute of monostructural movement on a machine of your choice, all the Concept 2 machines, bike, ski, row, and then 9 dumbbell thrusters, 20 single unders or double unders depending on your division. What you guys think of this workout? Have you done it like once? Like I said earlier, this is a repeat year, so some people might have already done these workouts in prior years. So, have you done the workout, and have you done it this year, and have you done it before? I guess are my 2 questions, and then we can dive into some strategies.
I've done the workout. I did the workout last year just for fun. I didn't compete with it last year, but I just did it last year, just to give the athletes some feedback. But I have not done it this year. I haven't been talked into it yet this year because it is a trap.
Yeah,
It is. It is. Yeah, it's not good.
same here. I did it last year, and I'll be doing it on Saturday for my scores.
Nice. I did it last year at Friday Night Lights. It sucked. Yeah, I knew it was going to be bad going in. Just double unders, thrusters, and any kind of cardio machine is just always death for me, and it was not enjoyable. For me, I stuck with the rower, if I remember correctly, because I'm tall, I've got length, I can sit on that thing, and I can do a decent amount of meters. Oh, then I suppose the second part of this workout is the accumulation of reps on that 1 minute of the erg. So for me, the rower just made sense. Like I can build up meters with very little input, kind of almost like active recovery. And then if I remember correctly, I did all of the thrusters unbroken because I just hate picking up dumbbells and getting them in the right spot. I don't think I did my hat strategy. So anytime there's dumbbell thrusters or front rack lunges, I always wear a beanie so I can rest the dumbbells on my head. So they sit on, like, you relax your shoulders and they just kind of sit on my head. I don't think I went with that last year. I think I just sucked it up and kind of held them awkwardly because they sit weird. Your wrist sits weird. But yeah, thruster goal was thrusters unbroken, and then not trip up on my double unders, and thankfully I'm fairly decent at those. So yeah, I think I had it. I was intermediate last year, if I remember correctly, and I think I had it wrapped up in under 20. So it sucked.
I think any workout getting out of the rower and then going into thrusters, it sucks.
There's
It doesn't matter how you pace it or whatever. Your arms are done by the time you finish that 1 minute row,
Mhm.
and then you grab the heavy dumbbells and they feel heavier.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I did the bike mainly because I'm a hobbit, so the rower is not very productive for me, but thrusters are. So I did the bike, and I used to race bikes and just have always been a biker, so I can maintain that capacity. And I just hate rowing, so I didn't want to go on a rower. But, it's a big sacrifice with the bike. You can only get it going so far, and the meters get cut in half, which is a fair penalty.
hmm
So I don't think the bike can't win
hmm
um, unless you completely almost hit the time cap. I think the row wins the meters, but a bike person might have a better tweener score.
hmm
So maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't miss the double unders, otherwise that does eat up a lot of time.
Oh, that yeah. You
Yeah.
see some people trip consecutive rounds in a row, and they just and we're gonna go side tangent real quick here. The double under frustration people have in workouts where they get like all pissy and they throw their rope. I don't understand it. Like that's not helping you. I I give like swift punishment in my the facility if I see someone throw a rope. A, it's gonna potentially hurt someone, and B, it's I don't know. I just especially in a competition setting, like if you're training, you're doing skill work on your own, you throw a fit and throw your jump rope, I'm just gonna give you a hard time. Like I just swoop in on that, and I sense that weakness and that anger you have, and an inanimate object that you are in control of, and I'm gonna give you a hard time. But yeah, in a competition, I have zero tolerance for that kind of display, especially from adults.
I think the people that do that, it's like the ones that fix their clips on the barbell like 20 times in the workout. It's just to take a break. They throw the rope down so they can have a longer break and don't look bad like they're taking a break on the workout.
There you go. I like it. They're using their anger as a smokescreen for the
Yeah,
for their fatigue.
yeah.
James, what about you? What are your thoughts on double under fits?
I really struggle with double unders. I'm probably the worst coach for double unders because I was a wrestler and we jump roped all the time. So when I started CrossFitting, it really wasn't a problem. So when anybody asks me questions, I just say the worst thing you can do is get frustrated because it's going to get worse and worse and worse. But I honestly am the worst person to coach double unders because I can do them, and I just don't get it. I really struggle. My wife's not great at double unders. She didn't hear me, I don't think, but uh, I don't know how to help her other than she just gets really mad. But I do know when that thing does hit you,
Oh
I
yeah.
can understand if that thing just whips you, it hurts. It really hurts.
That,
So
that's
yeah,
that's feedback to do it better. It took
yes,
me probably a year and a half to figure out double unders. So I'm pretty decent at coaching them, but I no, I just the especially in competition settings when I see someone get frustrated and throw the rope, just it drives me crazy as a coach. I'm like, come on, we gotta show a little bit more decorum. Um, that's my rant on double unders. But
yes, yes.
Mike, how do you feel about coaching double unders? What do you I want to hear from you how that
I can coach them, but I'm the type of person that I'm the one that gets mad when they get
yeah.
mad. I'm just being the way I speak is different in here than what I do at the gym. Uh, so I let myself out like with big words when they do something bad. And but again, we go back to the same principles of what we're coaching. Double unders, they are great if you can do them, and they are mostly necessary in competition. Uh, we try not to spend a lot of time with somebody getting angry trying to get double unders because if you're doing 5 and taking it, tripping on 10 of them, then you're not getting the benefits of it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go at it, we just go at it. If you got him into that time of practice, you got him. If not, we're moving on because you're not getting any benefits by doing 5 and then wasting 1 minute getting mad and trying to get 2 more.
Yeah, I like that. Mike, what for yourself? What does this workout look like for you?
It'll be rower, dumbbell thruster with one arm, with the weight that I think it's 35 pounds for guys, and I have a jump rope, which is made for people with one arm to jump with one arm. So my problem with that is I can only push up with 1 foot, so I trip a lot. It's like doing double unders for me. So I think last year I got capped and I got to like maybe 7 or 8 rounds,
Mm-hmm.
but it was because of the time that I spent on trying to get the single unders.
Yeah. Damn. Nice. It's workout's a trap, man. It's a trap.
Yeah.
So for everybody listening, you gotta whatever machine is your strength, go with that. So for the mental sanity or stamina you'll have through the workout. So stick with your strengths, and then yeah, you gotta grit out the other two movements, and fingers crossed you don't trip on your rope. 'Cause that'll eat you up. You guys have anything else you want to add to that event?
Don't skier.
I tell everyone at the gym that. But
Don't skier. It's not going to end well. It just won't.
We had a ton of people sign up last year, and a bunch of them like couldn't make it to Friday Night Lights, so they just did it during the normal workout. We didn't have enough rowers. We didn't have any bikes. We didn't have enough rowers for everyone, but we have 2 ski ergs, so they had to draw straws to see who. This year, those same people were like, "That's not me. I don't have to use the ski erg." They like came outside of workout time to not use the ski ergs.
Smart.
And this is just me, but I don't think no one wins a workout on a rower.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. Like even if you go balls out on the rower, by the time you get done with that 1 minute, you're exhausted because you went all out,
Yeah.
and you get to the other 2 movements and you're done.
Yep. It's definitely.
While
seen that
everybody
happen.
else went a little bit slower on the rower, and then they smoke the thrusters and the single or double unders.
Yep. That's for sure. So Glenn Evang, the gentleman that went to Mike's gym from the Point area and then came back. His son, I judged him doing It's a Trap. He made that mistake. All right, he was just smoking those 1-minute rows, and then right around round 4 or 5, he just started like talking to himself, talking to the dumbbells. And I'm like, oh boy, then he made it through. He finished it, but yeah, his rounds, it was round 5 or 6 through the rest were considerably less than the previous
He's
4.
strong-minded.
Oh yeah, that's one way to describe that family.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Event 2, we've got Gestures Complex, which I both love and hate this complex. I love it because for whatever reason, a part of me loves heavy thrusters. But the year this came out, I did not drop my ego, and I was in a bit of a competition between Elvis and Jake about who was gonna hit a heavier complex. It was kind of a race for 300, and in the process, like the elbow tendonitis I had from hitting this complex day after day was not worth it. So that's also all I think about when I think about this event. What are you guys' thoughts? So we've got a clean and jerk to a thruster. You can't put the weight down. Looking for a 1 rep max in 6 minutes. And then we have deadlift tiebreaker reps following that complex. you either fail at a weight on the complex and then deadlift, or you add a minimum of 5 pounds after a successful lift.
I think on this one you have the advantage that you can warm up to that pretty close, heavy-ish complex, and the I think I'm gonna tell my people to maybe try to do go super heavy on the warm up, and during those 6 minutes, try to hit maybe 2, 3 attempts, and then go at it on the deadlifts.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah, if I had one person hand me. We had athletes judging other athletes, and they came in and they hand me their scorecard. I'm like, "There's 6 attempts on here. Does this include your warm up?" They're like, "No, I did 6 attempts." I'm like, "What? Where were you for the 2-3 attempt max briefing that I gave before the workout?"
Yeah, 3 for sure. I mean, 4 maybe if your timing was off on one of them.
Yeah,
But you should be pretty close to where you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
on your thruster. I've been telling everybody if you can power clean it because
Yep.
that first squat clean can take way too much out of you. Um, I think you should split jerk it too, just because that saves the probably the press out most people do on a push jerk anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then just bracing the core.
Oh, it's
Really.
the core is everything in this complex. That was, yeah, there are a couple people, they're, getting all excited for the clean and jerk. I'm like, no. That clean and jerk is like, that's, obviously it's important, but it needs to be all in on the thruster, because you get mashed potatoes in the bottom of your squat, it's game over. You lose it forward because you're just coming up a little bit too fast and your timing's off. Or the big thing I was seeing was people tiptoeing, right? They like pop out of their squat and they stay up on their toes thinking that's gonna help them press through or drive through the press, and they're losing out in front of them. So yeah, for a lot of the athletes here, it was, practicing that jump and then right back to a flat foot so you can finish your punch through. And then kind of the same errors I see a lot of times on handstand push-ups is body awareness for where the bar is and your head is. Those were a lot of things we drilled over and over again to kind of help people.
Yeah.
Like James said about the using the split jerk instead of the push jerk. I think this complex goes hand in hand with it's a trap, because the more legs you use on the clean, like you said, doing a power clean instead of a squat clean, and doing a split jerk, where you use more momentum than the actual legs, it will save a lot of energy on the getting up in the thruster again. So I think it goes hand in hand with it's a trap.
Yeah, it really does. They fit well together because the clean and jerk is minuscule compared to that. I noticed what you're saying with the handstand push-ups. A lot of people don't engage their hands right away at the bottom, or they come up with a nice rack position when really in a thruster you need to drop your elbows mid to start pushing right then. If you start pushing when that weight comes off your shoulders, you missed a little bit of the opportunity. So I saw that quite a bit, and that's when the weight starts to come back towards somebody's head when they push too late. That scares me.
Yeah, a lot of talking about failing and bailing and how to do that properly for the athletes that are going heavy for sure. Oh man, you guys, and then the deadlifts. I was just telling people, be smart. Like, it's easy. It's a lot of the times you're repping out a much lighter weight than your 1 rep or 2 rep or even 5 rep max. So it's break it into manageable pieces. 5 reps at a time. Not getting sloppy, not letting yourself get distracted and go too fast. So that was the big thing on the deadlift, and just pace it out. And honestly, I was telling people, like, keep an eye on the scoreboard. For people that have done it in the past, in particular, keep an eye on the scoreboard. If you don't have a ton of competition at your level, there's no sense in like destroying your low back doing 1,000 deadlifts, like wherever your number is, right? Because once again, coming back to the idea of fitness for life and longevity, there's no reason to just tear yourself up in the deadlift portion of the workout. Get a good number, separate yourself from the pack, but unless you're at the top of the leaderboard in your division, yeah, there's no reason to be wrecking yourself on those deadlifts.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
You guys got anything else you want to wrap up for event 2? Or otherwise we'll head in because we're closing in on an hour and just want to be mindful of everyone's time.
I would say just remember, everybody, this is just a competition, and sometimes it's not worth it to injure yourself for an extra 10 pounds.
Yep.
Just know when to stop yourself before you get injured
Mm-hmm.
on the heavier weights.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
James, you got anything for anyone?
I think actually, if you wear a weight belt, it does help a lot in thruster.
Oh,
That's the last,
Yeah.
the last little bit. If you're
I
not wearing
forgot that part. Yes, I definitely belted up.
Yes. You're leaving a lot. That particular movement, I think you're leaving a lot on the table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for jumping on. Excited to get this project rolling through the open and learn from both of you, learn from the two of you, get Becca on here. That's really the reason I do it is I just love talking to coaches, and this is the Bullet Point Open community fitness. It's a good excuse to do that. So I'm looking forward to future episodes.
Me too.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Thank you very much.